In this video, I'm going to talk about how to let go of social anxiety and fear as an ex-Jehovah's Witness. So basically, my background is I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness since I was born. I was part of Jehovah's Witnesses, their culture, their traditions. And if you don't know what Jehovah's Witnesses are basically high control group, or let's call it a cult. So basically, you can go and Google about it and you can find out more of how they are basically controlling their members. But I'm going to talk about one special thing, which is I got this question a lot, and this is how can you let go of fear and social anxiety? You see, I used to struggle with anxiety in the past. Now why? This is basically because of all the upbringing, right? All of the high control groups you are in. When you're in the high control group, right, people are basically let's say controlling what you're listening to, who you're associating with, right? Your friends. So basically your social life is totally different than from the normal people, right? And also, of course, what kind of movies you're watching, what are your, let's say, not regimes, but what are your daily routines, right? All of this is controlled and programmed. So basically you have to deprogram yourself. Now, I used to have this anxiety, right? So how I slowly overcame this anxiety is by one day deciding that I have enough. So basically I asked myself, okay, Tim, what is the one thing that you would do differently? Like if you had the magic wand, what would you do in the world? And I said to myself, I would help people or help others to get rid of anxiety, of fear, right? Of that feeling of, let's say, some people call it the feeling of unworthiness. Some people call it the feeling of just basic state of anxiety, right? Of that inner feeling that something is wrong with you, that you don't belong somewhere, right? Because basically what those high control groups do to you is they make you feel different, right? You are different, right? So you are special, you're not like others. So you slowly start to realize that, you start having these thoughts, I'm different. And of course, it will change your brain, it will change your behavior, it will change slowly your thought pattern. So what you have to do, and what I did basically to be able to totally change my life, basically I went from being having this anxiety, sometimes even shyness, to making videos like this, to traveling around the world, solo traveling, building my own business, and also getting the best life I can. So what I did is basically one day I decided that I'm going to change everything. So if you have the feeling right now of the anxiety, accept that, right? It's totally normal. It's normal to have the feeling sometimes in your life when you feel anxious about something. Maybe you have social anxiety, right? But don't accept it forever. So what you can say is this: up until now, I was having problems or issues with social anxiety. Up until now, right? Up until this moment. But from now on, you have the power to take action now and change it. So what you can basically do, or what I did, is I start using self-affirmations. So what is that? Basically positive affirmations. Every single day I would wake up in the morning and I would give myself, or write down on a piece of paper, some positive affirmations. So for example, every day, in every way, I'm becoming more confident with people, or I'm having more self-confidence, or I'm becoming more powerful, I have more leadership skills, right? And you would of course work towards that, but of course you would reinforce that positive affirmations about yourself. One of the good ways is also using tapping techniques. So what is that? Tapping is basically using the points on your body with positive affirmations. So you would simply say, like, for example, I completely and totally accept myself, and you would do it all across these points, across your energy points, right, on your body. So this is one of the good ways. But another way is to accept that and confront fears that you have. I know it sounds easy and simple, and it's not that easy and simple, but you have to start every single day doing something which scares you, right? If something scares you, start doing it every day. Then write it down, reinforce it. Great, Tim, you did something that you were afraid and scared to do today, and you did it anyway. You see, confident people, they don't have, let's say, I mean, they're not fearless, right? No one is fearless. We are all having some kind of fears. But the difference is that some people do the things in spite of that fear, in spite of the feeling of, let's say, not having enough self-confidence, right? Because there are many ways, many different competences, right? We have, for example, we have self-confidence, right? But we also have acceptance confidence, right? What is acceptance confidence or compassion confidence? You see, acceptance confidence is to say, okay, I accept that I have this fear, but I'm going to do it anyway. You do it in spite of that feeling. You accept that you will maybe feel scared, right? You're out of your comfort zone, but you do it anyway. And this really helped me a lot, you know, like over the last 3 to 4 years, I did major, I mean really major changes around my personality and also around my lifestyle, right? Because everyone wants to live, travel the world, let's say live in exotic places, right? And do all the fancy stuff. But the first thing you have to do is you have to start with yourself. You have to change yourself, right? For things to change, you gotta change. So that's the most important thing. And yes, most people struggle with confidence, right? You do need to have some confidence, right? And you can get that by just changing your posture, right? For example, your body posture. Sometimes you feel anxious, you feel low, right? You cannot always hype up your willpower, but what you can do instead is you can, for example, change your body posture. If you see depressed or sad person, right, sometimes their shoulders are going to be hunched over, their head is down, right? So what you can do is you can change the posture first and your breathing pattern. You can do that and reinforce it every single day, right? And you'll see the changes begin to happen. So if you're watching this video, right, and if you want, because some people have been asking me a lot, like, can you share some techniques, like what you do, how you're traveling the world, like what you're doing exactly, like how to overcome social anxiety and things like that, and let go of fear and awkwardness, then please, below this video, I will post the links to my free Facebook group, where I'll be sharing more kind of live videos like this, and tips for traveling, also for how to overcome anxiety, what I do to overcome different things, right? Different fears. I had a major fear around building my own online business. So when I got it up and running to become successful with it, right? I was of course grateful that I got started in the first place. But of course there are fears, there are anxiety, there are different thoughts that scares the shit out of you sometimes. So I understand, because I'm same like you. So basically, I have fears, but I learned to dance with them, to let go of them, and also to overcome them. So thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more helpful tips.